of our species, when we finally, went from Cro-Mag to,
Mag.
Homo sapien to Mag, whatever. The unsung hero is the first guy. I'll take even a Cro-Mag, or even if we were chimps. The first one that said, "I want to put that in there."
It's just like, oh.
Yeah. Where's the monument for, never mind Washington Monument and Lincoln Memorial.
Just a knuckle dragger with a boner.
Totally. Give me a big statue for Nook-Nook and Momo, the first fucking cave people that were like, we're going to put our dirties at each other and make it come. That's monumental, and that's unsung because it's so, it's not a big deal, like Lincoln freed the slaves and Washington first president of the country, and those are fantastic human endeavors, but everyone takes sex for granted. Somebody had to be the first.
Yeah.
Somebody had to be the first one to be like,
I
pee with this, but I'm going to put it where she pees and see what happens. And not just like, I'm going to put it in where she poos. Or I'm going to put it in her ear. It was so arbitrary. It could have been anywhere.
Yeah.
What's that? Belly button. I'm going to put it in the belly button and see what happens. I mean, maybe there was a trial and error period where somebody was like, Nook-Nook was putting it everywhere. Knots in a tree, whatever, anywhere to see what happened. But, they eventually got to
we got to figure that's what the smell was or whatever.
Yeah, but think about it. With that smell, you're Nook-Nook.
You
can barely, it takes us back to the Helen Keller thing, which we were all wrong about, but our Helen Keller, the one who was born without any senses, which we now know wasn't the case, but somebody born without senses into a world with no input, no visual stimulus, no oral stimulus, what is Nook-Nook thinking? He smells that and he's just like, I want to put it there, or does he smell it and he goes, ugh. Bad,
I don't know. I mean, when you watch dogs, it's like there just seems to be an instinctual. They just sort of go at, they go towards it.
A male dog will hump anything, hump your leg, hump a chair.
Sure.
So it's not even instinctively, I want to put this thing in there.
But if they do, I mean, I assume that I don't know if it would be trial and error. Stick it in the ear.
I think so. I mean, I've seen the dogs hump each other's heads. Well, I've only seen the female dogs hump the male dog's heads.
That's more like
dominance.
Dominance,
I'm on top. I'm the alpha dog. And they, fucking poor mold.
But I assume that they'll know that, if the dog, as you've described, Shecky's vagina giving off a scent and sort of getting large.
It's not a scent I pick up, but it's definitely a scent that I smelled while she was in heat. It smelled no different.
Her pussy becomes a big target.
Apparently for him, yes, because we put her in a cage and he was humping the cage, putting his fucking sticky red thing through the cage. Like I said, she was caked with matter, dude, caked with cum. It was insane. So he smelled something I didn't. I mean, not like it would be powerful enough where I'm like, I'm going to give that dog a shot, but still, I smelled no difference in the air.
Jen comes in, fucking jerking off on the shit.
Yeah, I'm like, can we get it out of this cage? She's like, there's so many things wrong with this, I don't even know where to begin, but here are your papers, get out of my house. There must be something that he smells, but why does he know to put it there? Because, they're always smelling each other's crotches anyway.
Yeah.
Yesterday morning I saw, all 4 dogs, let them outside.
Yeah.
In the morning, it's 6:30. And immediately, the first thing they did, they paired off and sniffed each other's asses. And I'm like, you were just in the room with each other all night. You could have been sniffing each other's asses all night. Why is it when you get outside, the first thing you want to do is give each other a cursory sniff before you go take a piss or shit?
I don't know.
Who knows? That'd be so weird. It's like when we hook up, first time I see you, I'm not like, let me smell your dick.
No.
I want to see if you're friend or foe. Let me smell your ass. I want to see if you're clean or dirty. Did you ever play doctor when you were a kid?
I think so. Not anything that I could not like a vivid memory where I'm like, oh yeah, I remember, little Molly, blah blah blah.
I have vivid memories. I remember because I was 6 years old, and there was this girl Carrie, I think her name was Bosley, who lived near us, and there was this building, like an apartment complex, that was it looked like a giant triangle, a really ugly building. My parents called it the penitentiary because they thought it looked like a prison, And for years, I thought that's what you referred to apartment housing as, penitentiary. I remember saying that in mixed company once, like, well, they live over in those penitentiaries, and people looked at me like,
what prison?
What are you talking about? So anyway, behind the penitentiary, there was this alleyway, very thin, maybe 5 feet wide, even less, maybe 4 feet wide, alleyway between the back of the penitentiary, the back of that apartment building, that triangular, large block apartment building, and the neighbor's yard, and they had a fence, and there's some bushes there. So we're in this alleyway. It's like where the meter would be, the water meter and shit like that. So we're in the back of it, through this little alley. Me, Carrie, and there was this kid, Peter, who I don't even know what happened to him. Not to be confused with Peter King, who used to come down for the summer from Brooklyn, and we'd play Star Wars and stuff. This other dude, Peter, that's it. After this memory, he doesn't exist anymore. Like, I don't remember what happened to that kid. Maybe he was just down visiting a grandparent or something like that. But anyway, that dude was the same age as us. We were all 6 years old. That dude was playing ringmaster. We were playing doctor, me and Carrie, and taking out our bitch and showing him. And then that dude was instructing us what to do. So he had fucking...
He was like the sexual dungeon master.
He was. It was very twisted the more I think about it. But he was saying, now put your mouth on that. And I had a 6-year-old girl's... This is going to sound weird if taken out of context, so I'm going to phrase this very carefully. At age 6, I had my mouth on the vagina of a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
So it's usually, when you play doctor, you're showing each other your bits and stuff. That, I think, was kind of out of the ordinary. I also had my 6-year-old weenus in her 6-year-old mouth. Very, very strange, but very vivid memory of that. Not vivid enough where I'm like, I want to go jerk off thinking about it, but I mean, that happened. I know for a fact that happened. And then we kind of bumped up against each other, but obviously, no penetration or anything.
Yeah. So weird. What if he wasn't a 6-year-old? What if he was like a little guy?
Maybe
just
my
really small man.
That's true. Maybe my memory has tainted it, and instead it was like a midget. It was like the dude in Twin Peaks, who was like, "Let's rock," the backwards talker. That gum you like is going to come back in style. But I'm pretty sure he was a child.
Obviously, he had enough sort of...
Yeah, which now that I think about it, I never really thought about it until I just said it out loud. But, I mean, where'd that kid... Like, this is 1976. Ain't no fucking internet. So where did he get that information? Where did he get the idea to... Unless he was working like Nook-Nook. Our fictional caveman, where he was just like, let's try shit.
Yeah, this should be...
But sadly, maybe thinking about it, maybe he had some kind of...
access to pornography
or something. I was going an even darker way, forced experience.
Okay.
Like where somebody made him do some shit. That's weird. That's dark. Now that I think about it, kind of sad. It used to be a happy memory for me. Like, I got my dick sucked when I was 6 years old. Now, kind of dark. Now I'm thinking like...
It's like I was influenced by
somebody
Peter,
who might have been abused.
The disappearing boy.
Who later was never heard from or seen again. But I remember that family, Bosley's moved away, and I didn't see her become a teenager. She wasn't in high school with me, because that would have been a great conversation at age 14. Even now, to be like, do you remember doing these things? She might be like...
She maces you.
Chases me away. I mean, who the fuck thinks this shit? Like,
I don't know.
You got to have some issues if you're like, I want somebody to pump a bunch of human fat into my cock.
I don't have.
It is kind of strange, isn't it? I mean,
I don't have weird thoughts. I really don't.
Or as weird as you've ever... Think of the weirdest thought you've ever had or wanted, or ever had. Think about the weirdest thing you've ever done sexually, and then realize it is dwarfed by the person that's like, stick a syringe full of human fat into my cock and pump it up. Or split my dick.
I can't either.
Dick split.
I don't know. I don't want anyone like down there.
Not even your wife.
No, I don't. It's like I don't want syringes of like those ideas. To me are just stuff where it's like you sit there and go like my initial reaction is just like people don't do that.
People do it. We've seen pictures. It happens.
I know, but my initial reaction, if it was just like somebody told me that story, I'd be like, get out of here.
And then they direct you to the website. I can't remember, for the life of me, I can't remember the name of the website. If I did, I'd let you in on it. But yeah, it goes on, man. People do some weird shit to themselves, all in the name of seeking some sort of satisfaction. Kind of strange. Kind of relieved that I don't have to do that. I don't even like to go to the doctor, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me neither.
I've only ever had that cough test once, and I didn't like it. It was right before we went to shoot Jay and Silent Bob Strike
hernia
Back.
test?
Yeah. Where
Yeah.
I had to take my dick out, and the dude inspected it and fucking grabbed my nuts and made me look to the left and cough or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just remember thinking, like, oh, he's looking at how little my
Well,
dick is.
you're going to be 37.
And I have to start getting
40
exams.
is the
That's
colon.
the colonoscopy and shit. And I don't even want to do that because you got to fucking. I know they stick something up your ass, but still your dick's going to come out. It might be worth it to risk cancer than to fucking show someone.
You should just get like that underwear that's like, goes, that just kind of like a little elephant trunk, like puts your, a ball bag.
Just
or
wear
something.
a sock over it, like
Yeah.
the fucking Red Hot Chili
You
Peppers.
put your pants out. They're like, what the fuck is that?
I'm like, this? Never mind. Just go
Nothing.
ahead.
It's
Feed the
cold.
hose up my ass.
It was cold.
You're not going to look at my dick, are you? He's like, well, obviously not. I got a gym sock on it.
It's a dick sweater. You don't have one?
Dick sweater. That's going to be my porn name.